Hey there guys. So to complete the videos themed around Christmas, I thought that I'd do two videos this week. The first one being answering a few of your questions that you've been sending me in related to the previous videos and also some other questions. And the next video that I'll be doing will be more direct to the people around the person with an eating disorder and the sort of things that they should really try and look out for, or the ways that they should try and help. And also the things that you guys have been mentioning that you deem unhelpful. And I hope that it will be useful to them as well. If you'd like to share it to those people and let them know about these videos, then please feel free to do so. So on to the main questions that I've been getting. From what I can see, there are three main things that people have been asking me, so I'm just going to run through those in turn. The first one is one that I can truly relate to, and this is from someone who said that last Christmas, when they were, I think, just out of an inpatient unit, and they've gone from a very low weight to quite a normal weight. And at Christmas time, people came over, and a few of the family members were just saying how well that person looked, or how healthy that person looked. And this person was quite taken aback by it, and was made somewhat more anxious than they were beforehand. So this is something that a lot of us can relate to. When other people around you are commenting on your appearance, whether it be positive or negative. The negative ones being how thin that you look. And these themselves can be positive reinforcers to the eating disorder, because if this person is noticing that you're looking obviously thin, then you're just going to try and keep on going, try and push that boundary just a bit more, a bit more. But the the same can be said for the opposite end, where you're approaching or have reached a healthy weight, and people are commenting on how healthy that you look. You don't really know what to think, and a lot of you seem to think, if this person is saying that I'm looking well, does that mean that I'm looking fat? Could it potentially mean that I've overstepped and I've actually just become bigger than I intended to be? There are lots of things that run through the person's mind when this is said to them. And the only thing that I can say, based on my own personal experience, is that you shouldn't really overanalyze what these people are saying. You have to bear in mind, and I've said this so many times in previous videos, that the people around you don't have an eating disorder. Therefore, they are in a very rational mindset. If they see someone who was previously looking unhealthy and they're looking a lot better now, they're of course going to comment on how well they're looking. This is the same for physical disorders. If someone is in hospital for a period of time and they've lost a lot of weight and they put it back on, of course they're going to say to the person, you're looking well. And they're not going to really think about the negative connotations of saying that to someone with a psychiatric disorder might have, because they can't step into the mind of an irrational person and think, how is this person going to analyse what I'm saying to them? So what I've always said to people who are still trying to recover and are not yet ready to sort of appreciate these kind of comments is just to accept them on face value and nothing more. Don't think about them, don't even acknowledge them. You just have to take them on face value. It was a comment that was said, leave it at that. You don't want to be thinking about it and how this can make you feel until you are more ready to deal with it in that sense. So if you have been going to your therapy sessions, you will have understood ways, more healthy ways of thinking about things than what you would have done beforehand, where you would have overanalyzed it, made some negative thought around that thought, and then this would have self-perpetuated to make you feel really bad. No, in the case of therapy, what it's doing is trying to make you display more healthy thinking patterns, so that you don't go through these negative, vicious cycles. Only when you have these more healthy thinking patterns should you start to think about these things that people are saying to you, because by that point you'll be ready to evaluate it as something that is actually something that's nice to be heard. You've also got to take the mind of the person who is saying that to you. When they saw you, you were probably quite ill at the time, and you made them somewhat worried. For them to say that you're looking well, they're actually happy to see you like that. So when you're ready to think about these things, you can appreciate that not only are they saying something nice to you that you can appreciate for yourself, but you can also appreciate the fact that you're making other people around you happier. This can be a really good thing. Recovery helps more than just the person who's going through it, because eating disorders affect such a large number of people within a group, and for someone to go through it and be strong, to go through the therapies, to go through the rehabilitation, and get to that point where someone is willing to say that you're looking much better, it's a great thing, and you should appreciate it by that point. I hope what I said has been somewhat useful, because it's really difficult to talk about these kind of things, because the mind of someone with an eating disorder can just go all over the place, and it's really difficult to hone in on one thing.